pushed out, never gave you a chance, and they told you to fight, but tied your hands.
On October 14, 2010, the Dignity in Schools campaign, New York, held an event at NYU as part of the National Week of Action on Pushout. For the panel, we invited youth and educators to speak about how they have experienced the problem of school pushout and positive solutions that work in schools.
My school feels like a prison with every corner surrounded by a school safety agent, as if we've done something wrong. We shouldn't have to feel like we're in jail. We should feel like we're actually going to a safe and secure school without all these police officers. It just gives us a feeling of insecurity, and it makes us feel like there should be something to be afraid of, or as if we've committed a crime. We're constantly in fear of being accused of something we haven't done. It has actually happened to me several times, whether it's graffiti or gang affiliation, and I wasn't given a chance to speak. Being suspended does not solve any problems, so I'm asking all of you today to take into consideration and support our cause to put an end to school-to-prison pipeline that exists in our education system today.
So fairness is, the Fairness Committee is based on a principle called restorative justice. And so the idea is that we bring students and teachers together to try to work out the problem, to try to get people to take responsibility for their actions and look for new ways forward. The fact that someone could get suspended for being late or being absent, here's how we dealt with it, using a Fairness Committee. So there was one instance where a student cursed out an adult, a secretary in the school. And again, I'm sure this happens on a regular basis and this results in suspensions, right? But what we ended up doing was the person that was cursed at was willing to bring this student to fairness, and through the discussion, we found out that the student cursed out the secretary not because she was angry with her at that particular moment, but she had other problems going on. But she was willing to take responsibility for that. She was able to apologize to that person. And so what the Fairness Committee was able to do was really repair the relationship, which is really so much more valuable and so much more about creating a community than what would be the alternative, which would be to suspend her, where there's no learning that ever takes place. And so, I'm a big believer and big advocate for creating spaces like this. It takes a commitment from people who are in the schools to do it, but it is so much more of a greater alternative and so much more effective than suspensions will ever be.
One incident that I remember seeing was that a peer of mine was actually handcuffed due to an altercation with a school safety agent, and the school safety agent proceeded to punch the student in the face while handcuffed. I've had a peer of mine been suspended for passing gas in the hallway instead of the classroom. Suspended for that. I've had a friend be suspended for having his hat on. There have been cases where students have been suspended for chewing gum. And so my question is that does it ever stop? Does it stop at over-policing? When do we say enough is enough? And when do we say that over-policing and zero-tolerance policies are out of control and have been for a while? Students go to school to receive an education, not to be criminalized. And so all the money that goes into spending into metal detectors can be used for other resources that we as students need. We need the people in power to stop playing with our students' futures and fix the broken system. Who better to tell you to fix these broken system and policies than the students, parents, and advocates that you see in this room today?
Never given a chance, and my mind's getting weary cause I'm under a trance. School's no longer the reason I don't wanna go back. They got me pinned in a cage, I was caught in a trap. When I try to move forward, life's weighing me down. Hands bound behind my back and trouble start to surround. With the odds against me all these years I tried to maintain, me not knowing I was ultimately playing their game. So I reached for education but was swept to the ground. Got pushed out the door and I would never be found. With broken opportunities.